Hey guys, and welcome back to this class, Unsupervised Deep Learning in Python. In this lecture, we are going to talk about where this course fits into your deep learning studies. As we study more and more topics in deep learning, it's useful to keep track of what you've learned and how these individual topics support and complement each other. So at the very beginning, before you learned about deep learning, you learned about linear regression and logistic regression. Two linear models, one for regression and one for classification. In this course, we'll encounter both regression and classification again. Recall that we use the squared error term for regression and the cross-entropy term for classification. You also learn that to find the optimal weights of a model, you can take the derivative of the objective function, set it to 0, and solve for the weights. With logistic regression, we found that you could not solve for the weights like this, so we used gradient descent. In this course, we'll encounter a situation where we can't even find the derivative. In my introductory deep learning course, you learned about backpropagation, which is really just gradient descent. You also learned about softmax, which allows you to classify more than two classes at a time. In my follow-up course, I talked about some ways to improve backpropagation, including momentum and adaptive learning rates. We are going to use momentum in this course. I also show you how to use the GPU to make training a lot faster, which is something you might want to do when you're training the larger kind of networks we use in this course. Another introductory course I did was on unsupervised learning, specifically clustering. You'll see how the algorithms we use in this course naturally transform the data into clusters, which then makes supervised learning easier. I also use this course to introduce you to the idea of latent variables. So unsupervised learning helps us do supervised learning, but it also helps us with some other tasks too, such as dimensionality reduction and visualization, which you'll see in the coming lectures. From a data perspective, you'll find that in this course, the neural networks you'll learn about will end up having the same structure as the previous feed-forward neural networks you learned about, so it works on the exact same types of data, unlike convolutional neural networks, which work specifically for images. The techniques you'll learn about in this course just help you to improve the training process. They can help mitigate problems like the vanishing gradient problem, and you'll also learn about techniques to help you determine what feature each layer in the neural network is learning.